The first thing I want to talk about is this idea of overall perceptions. We use 3 different questions to come up with a sort of an overall positivity or negativity perception of churches, local churches in the Dallas area. And you'll notice that 59% of adults in the Dallas area say they have an overall positive impression of local churches. This is far higher than the national norm, and it proves in some ways that Dallas is sort of the buckle of the Bible Belt. You're operating, as you know, in a very Christianized context, and we'll talk about that throughout our findings. Be that as it may, we'll show you here demographic drill down, and you'll see the differences between men and women and between different generations. And you'll notice that among younger generations of Dallas-Fort Worth residents, their perceptions are a little less favorable than older adults. So you can see that 21% of millennials have a negative impression of local churches, higher than 17% among Gen X and 13% among boomers. And so even still among millennials, this is actually, you're still, we've been doing now different forums in different cities, and this is still the most positive perceptions of churches among millennials that we see. So really interesting stuff. You can also notice at the far right side of this chart how non-Christians feel about the church. So 18% say they have a favorable impression, very low positive impression among those who are not Christians. Among non-practicing Christians, 61% have a favorable opinion, but you've got a lot of indifference that's growing among that group. So anyway, that's our first sort of data point. You are in fact working in a very Christianized context. Questions that might be popping in your head is like, how do we think about the kind of idols and challenges that come up when people think they know the Christian script, when they think they know all the answers? Where will the indifference? Where will the sort of boredom factor? Where can we break through with fresh thinking, fresh spirit work? So that's our first insight for the day.